Hey guys, so I just had this epiphany and I wanted to share it with you. Maybe it's something that you can relate to, so let's just get into it. So I just had this thought. I don't know what brought it on, it just kind of hit me, I guess. I am so privileged. Now, I don't mean this as like a brag. This isn't necessarily about finding gratitude for what you have, although that is important. It's just, for me, I guess this is more about being in sort of a low vibration type of energy where I've been really focused on what I don't have. And like I said, this isn't necessarily just about being appreciative of what I do have, which I am. It's really about how I'm kind of bumming myself out and staying in that sort of frustrated, negative energy by focusing on what I don't have. And a big part of that has been money. I know that's a big, thing for most people. Like that's a pretty common thing. I'm always thinking, oh, I wish I had this, or life would be easier if I had that. But lately I've been thinking so much about, if I had money, if I had this amount of money, then I could do this, that, and the other thing, right? I could travel more on a whim. I wouldn't have to worry about budgeting so much, with what I have. I can't, I feel like I can't make, better videos because I can't afford better, I can't afford better equipment, right? I can still make videos, but they're not as great as I'd like them to be. I feel kind of stymied a little bit in that area because I can't afford better equipment and software, and then you just kind of get stuck in that negative blah.
Why doesn't my life always work out perfectly?
I suddenly saw this pattern of me being in a state of not enough mindset and how that was just dragging me down. Just feeling that frustration, maybe a little anger, definitely resentment, but that's bumming me out. It's difficult to be in a high vibration when your thoughts are constantly bombarded by I don't have enough, and feeling limited by that, by just being focused on I can't travel when and where I want because I don't have money or I don't have a vehicle. And so when I had this epiphany about how privileged I am, it was kind of like a bitch slap from the universe, like,
wait,
yeah, okay, so maybe all you have is your cell phone to make videos, and maybe it's an old cell phone, but at least you have a cell phone, right? Like, how fucking privileged are you to whine the fact that you have just your cell phone to make videos and that it's an older phone? And the same with my laptop. My laptop is kind of dying. It's hella old, but it's still kicking, it's still going. And so the fact that I've been kind of bummed out at the fact that that's what I have, right? That I'm like, oh, well, that's such a bummer. I have this really old laptop. Bitch, you have a laptop. Shut up, right? Like, that's kind of like my mindset, right? Like, oh, poor baby, you have old stuff, right? You have an old cell phone, you have an old laptop. You have a cell phone and a laptop. Stop whining. So here I am whining about, oh, I can't afford better software to make videos, and I don't have the equipment I'd like to be, to do what I want to be able to do. Or, there are people who don't have a roof over their head, much less whining about having a cell phone. Is to kind of ask if you're in that same, or if you've experienced that same sort of mindset, that energy of being focused on not enough and what you don't have. How does that make you feel? I know for me, when I think about and I'm sit in that energy, now that I'm aware and I look at that energy and just how it doesn't serve me, right? I'm bummed out. It just, it can cause depression. You're just sitting in frustration and resentment, right? If you're just sitting in it and whining and complaining about all the things you don't have, how is that serving you? Or stripping away your happiness because you're so focused on the negative that you can't possibly be fully in the positive. Would life be easier in some ways if I had, endless money? Well, yeah. I've been so focused on all the things that I feel that are stopping me from being able to do certain things or to have certain things. And it just suddenly occurred to me that I don't need those things, for one thing, in order to be happy. Still do some things with what I have. I guess it suddenly occurred to me that I was kind of having a temper tantrum, right? I was kind of acting like an immature child, right? Where I'm just like, life isn't fair. I can't have everything I want.
You want to build a snowman? Derek, it's the end of July and it's 90 degrees outside.
So focused on, on what I don't have and just not giving credit to what I do have, I guess. And just how unbelievably privileged I am to have the things that I do have, even if they're old. Like I said before, I have a cell phone. Stop whining that it's not the best, latest cell phone. It's a cell phone. It works. I have a laptop. Again, it's hella old, but it works. And the fact that I have money really at all, right? That's something. That's not nothing. I'm not saying that I feel like I need to just settle, right? But I don't need to be so focused on all the things I don't have in order to make something work. I know this was a rambly type of video, just kind of hopped on here because I had this epiphany. I really planned out at all. I just had this epiphany and hopped on. So I know it's a bit rambly and I don't know if it really makes any sense. Maybe I'll do another video like this where it makes a little more sense, or maybe I'll write a blog where it makes a little more sense. I hope that you did get something out of it, even if it's something where you can relate to that not enough mindset and how frustrating that can feel. At the very least, maybe it makes you feel a little better to know that you're not alone if you're in that mindset of not enough. Yeah. So anyways, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.